Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Muscatine Today show. I'm pretty excited to be on a little field trip today. We're not at Hy-Vee, if you didn't notice, but I am excited nonetheless to be on a field trip to a new business here in Muscatine. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but I want to start off by saying happy Monday to you all. Hopefully your weeks are all getting started off on the right side of the bed this morning, and you guys all have good weeks. I want to say thank you so much to all of our great sponsors of the show. Without them, we wouldn't be able to come on awesome field trips like this and meet really cool guests like we're going to meet here throughout the show today. So thank you so much to Muscatine Power and Water, to Rivo Plumbing and Heating, to our friends at Impact Life Blood Center. Don't forget to go and donate blood if you're eligible. They are really needing some donors right now. All throughout the winter is a time when they could really use some folks to come and donate if you're eligible. So whether you can organize a blood drive at your business, or if you can call out to the blood center and maybe stop by and make a donation, either of those things are literally life-changing to folks who are in need this winter. So make sure you contact our friends at Impact Life Blood Center. Thank you so much for your sponsorship of the show. Also, our friends at Lutheran Living, Toyota of Muscatine, John Becky Insurance. I just got to go over and visit with him for a while on Friday. It's always a joy to go chat with him and get all the advice. So Suntan City, tons of great deals. Today is the last day for some really great deals at Suntan City, the $1 upgrades. So make sure you go visit them before January is over. Real Estate Resource Associates, always happy to have them on board and supporting us here on the Muscatine Today show. Of course, Unity Point Health, Trinity Muscatine, and our friends at Hy-Vee, where we normally do the show every morning. So thank you to all of them for being partners. I think we should just dig right in. We have a few guests on the show today. Our first one is Mr. Danny Chick. And I think it was like maybe a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, that I first saw that you were going to be running for office here in Muscatine. So tell us a little bit about your plans and what made you decide to do this, and we want to know.
Okay. So I'm going to be running for County Supervisor this year in District 1. And in Muscatine, it's a unique voting structure, because typically if you're in a district or a precinct, the people in that area are the only ones that can vote for you. In Muscatine, for County Supervisor, it is an at-large vote for all the positions. And I believe 3 of them, there's 5 county supervisors, there's 3 of them up this year, and my district, they rezoned the districts a couple weeks ago. It was approved by the current county supervisors because of the census in 2020. So used to be in precinct 2, but with population changes, I'm now in District 1.
Okay.
And I live down south of Muscatine, close to the Fruitland area. We live on my wife's family farm. We built a house there in '99. We're lifetime residents of Muscatine, strong links. We have horses and been involved with 4-H FFA for all throughout my children's lives, and so we've been very involved in the community. I spent many years in youth sports, coaching baseball and softball and youth football. So being here today with this facility behind us and just learning more about it and the state-of-the-art technology they're going to be using and being available for all of our communities and surrounding traveling and high school teams is going to be a definite advantage over some of these other schools and areas that play youth sports. So I think this is a unique and situation here, and I'm looking forward to maybe bringing more things similar to this to Muscatine and the community if I was lucky enough to get elected. But so I've always been very involved in politics local level, state level, the federal level, and I've done a lot of self-teaching and been very involved in trying to learn how
Sure.
all of our processes work. And so I really follow it, and it excites me. And everybody wants to get into politics to make a change for the better, and it's a challenge for whoever gets in there, because you always got somebody on the other side or somebody
Sure.
that disagrees with you. So there's a lot of challenges around making those things happen. But I believe I'm somebody that, being a lifetime member of the community, I really think that we have some of the best facilities in the state. I mean, I see people on Facebook and other people all the time that Muscatine doesn't have anything to offer, and I really roll my eyes every time they say that. I mean, the Mississippi River alone, and we've got some of the best parks, some of the best bike paths. We've got a state-of-the-art movie theater, bowling alley. I mean, I think there's plenty to do here if you don't want to sit home and you want to do things. And so
Right.
I want to be involved in some of the decisions to make our community continue to grow and be strong, and be responsible on our budgets, things like that. And I'm not somebody that just goes along for the ride. I like to stir the pot, let's say, a little bit to challenge how we do things.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan of it's always been done that way. I deal with people in the community on a lot, and some of the county employees that are frustrated with wage structures or things like that, or I hear from some of the people in the county that maybe they want to rezone a part of their farm for their daughter, or somebody can build on that, and sometimes it seems like those things get rejected a lot. So I want to be open-minded to them. There might be reasons they're getting rejected and things of that nature, but I want to be a part of the solution to make Muscatine and the surrounding areas better than it currently is.
Sure, yeah. And yeah, I love what you say about just because it's been done a certain way doesn't mean that it always has to be done that way. And to really look at the bigger picture and take everything into account. I love that. And I think that we need folks that will have that open mind and who won't be afraid to stir the pot. And so I love those
Right.
things that you mentioned.
Well,
so.
I am running as a Republican, so most likely there will be some other, a current county supervisor or others may get into the fold. So
Sure.
most likely I'll have to run in the primary in June, and if I'm lucky enough to win that, then I'll be on the ticket on the Republican side in the November election. Being a Republican, though, I don't like either party that goes too far to the right or the left, and I think we miss trying to get everybody engaged and trying to find. I mean, we're never going to make everybody happy. There's always going to be challenges, but I see our party system now, currently at state and federal levels, more so than local, that are so divided that they won't engage in good dialogue to try to come to a solution that helps people.
Yeah.
It's frustrating to me because I'm a Republican, I got to vote with the Republicans. I'm a Democrat, I got to vote with the Democrats. And I'm not always in favor of that. My goal would be to both sides agree and come to a solution that works for everyone instead of just my party. And
Sure.
that's really frustrating to me that our system is operating that way.
Yeah.
So I hope that on the local level that I can contribute to bridging the differences and coming to a solution that's more bipartisan. let's
Yeah.
say.
So I'm interested to hear what, because I have to admit, I've seen you on different discussion pages and stuff, like putting in your opinion. I love that. I love people who have opinions and who are open to hearing other people's opinions and stuff. So what really was like that final push for you to say, like, you know what, I think I can like take this step and actually, you know, I can do this. Like I could run for office
Right.
and
Well,
do this. What
I've-
actually was that final like thing that pushed you?
Well, I believed I could do it for a long time.
Sure.
And then 4 years ago, I was going to run when the county supervisor position came open,
Yep.
and my work situation at the time and my freedom didn't really allow it to. So
Yep.
as involved as I am in politics locally and on the federal level, I really believed that I was just as strong or could be just as good as any of those candidates. But my current job situation gives me a little bit more flexibility to perform this role.
Sure.
and continue to work on a regular basis. So it's been a fire inside of me for several years to have the courage to finally do it. You know, there's a lot of money. It takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of time. There's always scrutiny. You're always going to, you know,
Sure.
Everybody ain't always going to like you.
Yep.
And, you know, I was just ready with getting a little older in life and the job situation I was in. I said, well, this is maybe my time, so we're going to give it a shot.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and you never know until you try. And I think I'm excited that you're going for it. So
I appreciate that.
Yep.
And I'm hoping that the people of Muscatine will look forward to voting for me, and I'm going to get some more information and mailers and things out that to everybody. And if anybody has any questions, I do have a Facebook page. We're looking into starting a website so people can view more that I have to offer and kind of my stance and my beliefs, and we'll go from there. So if you vote in primaries, vote for me June 7th this year.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the show, and thanks for being one of the people who want to push our community forward and do better for us.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on, and great facility here, and I think you guys are going to have a good show today.
Yeah, awesome. All right, we're going to go to a quick break here and get ready for our next guest and to talk a little bit about the facility that we're in. It's pretty exciting to be here and to see all of the things, like you said, all the things that this facility has to offer for our community and for the youth that are going to get to use this facility. So we'll be right back in just a minute.
We just don't work out in a single plane of motion.
With a gorgeous tan, it's easy to be your sunny social self while hanging with friends, even the furry ones. Let yourself shine at Suntan City.
It's time for an update from the Not So Late Show with Austin, brought to you by Unity Point Health.
Listen up, everyone. I've got some news. Things are still kind of crazy out there, and the pandemic is still going on. And it's hard to keep people healthy. And right now, things are really tough for healthcare workers. There are a lot of people needing help with their health. They are working very hard. They're tired. And they are working extra shifts. Well, that would be like when you just get right out of school. You have to go back and do it all over again. Ugh. So there's something you need to know. It's time to be kind. Healthcare workers are doing the best they can to help you. They just need your help too. Take care of yourself however you can with your vaccinations and your healthy habits. But if you get sick, go see your doctor. If you have to wait, be patient. Be a patient patient. They're real people just like you. And do you know why they're working so hard? For you. So show them a little love, or at least a little bit of kindness. That's one way we can all feel better. Okay, that's all I've got, everyone. Stay safe out there and remember to be kind to healthcare workers.
This has been a special update from the Not So Late Show with Austin. Good night. We'll see you next time.
All right, everybody. So like I said, we got to take a field trip today, which is always fun. I love taking field trips. And we happen to be inside the mall. It doesn't look like we're inside the mall, though. Nope. We're like inside like a legit like training facility inside the mall.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's start with introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about where we're at. Let's start there.
Yeah, I'm Duncan Snyder. I'm an accountant over at the Community Foundation. I also work here with Grant, teaching pitching lessons to the kids and helping get this place set up and ready.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm Grant Pippert. Just kind of CEO, if you want to call it, of Literally Athletic Building. And I'm the head baseball coach here at Muscatine, and we decided to try to get us to the next level, baseball and softball. So Duncan's been gracious enough to help us out with pitching. If you don't know, if you don't remember, Duncan was a really good pitcher here at Muscatine. Actually had some arm injury, correct?
Yeah.
So that kind of limited him. Went to Marshalltown Community College?
Marshalltown, yeah.
And then ended up playing at Upper Iowa.
Your audio is a little bit shaky, so I'm going to have you share that for a second until they can fix it.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
Do you want me to
Sorry.
just leave this on?
Yeah, just leave it on for now.
Yes, so
So
glad
he's
to have
been
Duncan.
helping out, yeah.
Yes, glad to have Duncan. Really good pitcher himself. He's actually training along with the kids, which makes it kind of cool. So they're kind of both training to try to get better, and that kind of, I think, helps Duncan become a better coach. And
Absolutely.
yeah.
So tell us a little bit about, I guess, what inspired the lab, and I guess, how did all of a sudden we decide, okay, we're going to take the old J.C. Penney's, space and turn it into this amazing facility, and how did this all happen?
Yeah, no, I do know.
It's wow, this is so cool, and I'm so glad that it happened. And what did it take to get here? A lot, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like the 30-second version of what made you decide, okay,
Yeah.
it's time for our community, and let's do it. And these are the people that I want to involve. I know need to be involved, and let's go.
So really this started just with me being kind of new to the community and kind of figuring out
Fresh eyes.
Well,
Sometimes it takes fresh eyes to see, okay, this community is missing this. We need it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, essentially, long story short, yeah, we needed somewhere to hit. I think we were just kind of willing to get some work in, just didn't have a place to do it.
Yeah.
So instead of just sitting there and complaining about it, we kind of just started figuring out how we can do this.
Yeah.
Got a hold of Jim Howe. He kind of helped guide the ship on okay, here's some suggestions on how we can get this going, which obviously led us to go in the nonprofit route.
Sure.
Which I think is fantastic.
Yep.
That allows us to get donations. That's how we have what we have right now. Jeff Loringer from H&I helped out because we used to have in the roundabout when you were in high school. They used to have that hitting facility.
Yeah, and ever since we lost that, I think my sophomore year of high school, it's just kind of been whatever gym we can find ourselves in, and
Sure.
hasn't been the best training experience, especially coming back from college and just not really having anywhere to throw during the winters. But yeah, this is going to be a huge help for all the kids in high school and the ones that continue to play on after.
Right. So not only are our youth in high school, but the kids that come back, whether it's over Christmas break, maybe they're playing for college or whatever, and they come back over the holidays and need somewhere that they can continue to train or, need that space.
Yeah.
Now you have it at home that you can utilize.
Yeah, because this winter I was planning on having to go to Bettendorf.
Wow.
To throw every
And
single
that's
day.
That's a decent drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
decent
so
drive.
having something here in Muscatine, not having to travel, which helps me and all the other kids too that
Yep.
were doing the same thing before.
Yeah, we had some softball, some baseball, because they come back for Thanksgiving break, winter break, some of those extended breaks, and they're D1. I mean, we have Riley Moss was in here, Reynolds was in here, Kylie was in here, Dawson was in here throwing with him. So what we're doing is we're opening it up, and if they graduated from Muscatine or as we move forward, part of our organization here, we just let them come in for free and get work in.
Yep. Well, and can I just say, like, how cool for some of the youth who are working out here to be able to practice next to some of the to some of those people who are now playing like D1 schools, and some of you guys who they can see and look up to as role models and say, like, hey, like, he's doing what I want to do. Like, that's where I want to be in a few years, and he's here practicing like right over there next to me. Like, that's cool for a kid. And that's something to help inspire our youth here in Muscatine too. So I mean, it's cool, but it's also obviously good for you guys too.
Yeah, some local legends.
That's important.
And that's a cool thing. So we're going to be starting up our baseball training as well. We've started piloting with softball. So our softball youth lessons are on Tuesday and Wednesday from 4:30 to 6:30.
Okay.
And our baseball will be Monday and Thursday at the same times. And what the cool thing is we have a lot of our older veteran high school players that interact and kind of help. So we start at 7U. So it's really cool for our kids to interact with, they were once there. We can show, we got a couple kids like Lermo was pumping high 80s. He can throw like 92, but they also remember when they were 8.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I can imagine when you were growing up, 8, 9-year-old Duncan, there was probably a baseball player that, do you remember who that was?
Yeah, like Derek Burkhamper growing up was, he was 3 years older than me. He always played with my brother, but watching him play growing up, like a guy at that caliber of talent, it was really, it really changed how like I treated the game and wanted to go at it going forward. So yeah, just being able to be around someone that has success at such a high level really motivates you as a youth.
Yep.
Well, and I'm sure if we had Derek here, we'd ask Derek, who'd you look up to? And he would name somebody. And, I mean, there's a lot of...
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's kind of a circle, and we just want to keep adding to that. And,
keep inspiring you to work for something more.
Absolutely.
And work hard and know that you can achieve more.
Yep.
Absolutely. I love it. So this facility is awesome already. Holy cow. Like, when I walked in, I was like, this is awesome. The equipment you guys have already, the machine, I mean, I gotta hit a couple of balls.
Yep.
I mean, practice.
Yep.
Because I walked in and immediately they told me, oh, you get a hit today, so I hope you're ready.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, no, I mean, I'm not. I wasn't prepared for that, but we'll go with it, because why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
But it's super cool to see, like, right on screen what you can do, where you're hitting the ball. I mean, all of these things. So technology is amazing, and to have that available for kids in our community is really cool. So how do people get involved with the lab if that's something that interests them?
Yeah.
And like, I mean, yeah, like if they're watching this and they're like, that's super cool, I want to be a part of that, what do they have to do?
Soon we'll have a website that'll be interactive. That'll be extremely helpful.
Sure.
But for now, you can email literallyathleticbuilding@gmail.com.
Okay.
Or we will have this Thursday and next Monday, we will have an open house with information here at the lab, which is the old J.C. Penney's in the mall. And we'll have some information there. Essentially, it's $40 a month for two 2-hour practices a week, so it's 16 hours of training.
Wow.
And we're going to try to keep it at that low price point.
Yep.
Because, I mean, that's our goal, is
Sure.
to keep the price low. And, we're working on, providing some scholarships and getting some more community involvement. I know we'll be meeting with some donors here soon and kind of explaining what our next steps are, trying to get some classrooms involved, really get this place ready to teach holistically, and yeah, so we're really excited about that. So, you know, stop on in. Again, email literallyathleticbuilding@gmail.com, and we can get back to you.
Awesome. Well, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is so cool. Let's
wanna try?
show. Yeah, let's try. Let's show them what just a little piece of what you can do when you come here.
Okay. So.
And actually, just so everybody knows, my goal is actually to be as tall as Duncan someday. So I'm hoping. That's my goal.
Me too, actually. Okay, so you can see we actually created a profile for her.
Yep.
Duncan, if you want to load some balls for her. We made her a professional softball player, so...
Obviously, yeah. I'm going to actually move this to the other side so I don't...
So you can see she's actually playing at Wrigley Field, and because it's a softball field, they bring in the dimensions to make it more realistic. Yeah, let's see what you do.
Okay.
Okay, you can see it shows, and based on what ranking we have her on, simulates how good the fielders are. So they're going to be pretty good.
Going to be pretty good. Do you have any tips? Do I need to do anything?
Grant's your guy for that.
Grant's.
Oh, I'm your guy. I would say stay balanced. I feel like when you swing, a lot of your weight is on your front side.
Okay.
And you really want to hinge on that back side.
Okay.
And that's where all your power is going to come from.
Oh, see?
That was more powerful though.
Okay.
I mean, we actually have film.
See, my advice is just hit it hard.
So there's different components. You can see up here Duncan's in the way, but there is film. If he were to move away from the camera, it'll actually sync it up to her swing. And that would allow me to analyze her swing. So we can have like where her head starts. So you can see she's making it tough on herself a little bit because her head's moving as well. And a lot of our kids have that same problem. So you can imagine it's hard enough to hit a moving baseball, but if your head's moving along with the baseball moving, that was better. So yeah, it actually syncs up the data with every swing, and it crops it for them. If we had an actual pitching machine going, it would show where the pitch comes in and contact point. So a lot of really cool stuff. Let's see if we can get one out here.
Okay.
I have pretty good feel. You were drilling line drives. Let's do that again.
I'm trying to take some of your advice, but...
Yeah, maybe I'm not a really good softball coach.
No, I think you are, but it's hard to take that and then like...
Apply it. Well, you also just kind of came in not really prepared to be swinging.
Yeah. The head thing is getting me.
Yeah.
Not moving my head.
Sometimes when we're in here, just let it rip.
Okay.
So hit the ball as hard as you can, as effortlessly as you can. That's better. So you could see exit velocity, launch angle, the distance it went, all of that good stuff we get every single swing. We pay an annual subscription, which allows us to keep the data for a long period of time. So let's say you came in here for the last 10 years. You were 8, now you're 18. We have all that data to show growth, your old weaknesses that are now strengths, your new weaknesses, all this data.
So like when, let's say I want to go play some college ball.
Okay.
Are those some of the questions that are those some of the things that I could share and say like,
yes.
Look at this, like I've improved this much with, I don't know, like I don't know what they ask because
So
I've never played
what we're going to end
softball for college before, but.
We'll end up testing everything that the colleges always asks me, Coach Hopkins for. So we'll get some speed and agility. We have speed and agility stuff in here as well. So we're going to get a
Awesome.
laser timer to be able to get this. They always ask for, like in baseball, they ask for 60 times.
Okay.
In like football, they ask for 40s. We'll get vertical jump. But yeah, they want film.
Yep.
And they want to see, I mean, a lot of times they talk about you have to go get exposure. You have to go
Yep.
down to Florida and play in these. No, you really don't.
Yep.
I mean, especially one thing I learned over COVID is you can do a lot of recruiting with numbers. Because I will show you something pretty cool that I want to highlight some of our, let's see here. I think we went player rankings. So you can see some of our, let's go with max velocity. So this would be based on, you could see the percentile ranking, kind of like when we used to take Iowa Test of Basic Skills.
Sure. Yep.
So you could see Kaylin was back. She's, I believe, playing at DMAC. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So for her age group, she is elite.
Mm-hmm.
Now we also have a 15U. Shout out Cameron Noah. She's elite. And these are one swings. Shane Moss, he helps me out with hitting. You know,
I feel like I should have beat Shane.
well, he's yeah,
Was I close? I was pretty close, right?
yeah, pretty much.
I
Pretty
was
much.
like almost there.
Yeah.
So sorry, Shane, but
Yeah, maybe another weekend here. I think
Yeah.
we'd get him.
okay.
Kaylee Reynolds, she was in here ripping shots. She's at Western Illinois now. And then you can see some high school kids. Here's a good one. This is brother and sister here. So obviously they're pretty good ball players.
Yep.
But so Xavier, baseball, you're getting beat by your sister. So we might make that a little competition.
Yeah.
Colby Reed,
Colby.
he got a hold of one pretty good there.
Wow.
So good for him. He's in shape. That's
Yeah.
what he does for a living.
That's
whatever.
what he does. Whatever,
Yeah.
Colby.
And then we have we even have a 10U, Willow Fullerton. So
Cool.
and then you can do average. So this is based on.
I mean, I'm 20. What was my percentile? 23. I mean, that's pretty good.
right.
Yeah.
That's professionals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Like max distance. So this is always fun. That one that Colby got a hold of, you can see.
Wow, that's cool.
Ooh, Duncan. He's not just a pitcher.
Dang.
Sometimes our
Duncan.
coaches, we have fun with it too.
Sure.
And then Lerma, nice job. Cool stuff.
That is cool.
And then we can go into user reports. We got Lerma. Go to hitting trends. Kind of shows where his sweet spots are, his weaknesses. Because it has fielders out there, you can see batting average. Some of these are front toss, some of these are pitching. Spray chart. So good
That's
stuff. Xavier's a pretty good ball player. He's a right-handed hitter. And we talk about going opposite field a lot, letting that ball travel, which gets to the point of impact part. But, I mean, if you look at just his line drives, that's some good stuff. You can even base it off of, okay, where's all your outs coming from?
Yeah.
You can see he got a hold of a couple there. And these are legitimate home runs because they're major league ballparks. So.
Right.
You could get into so much cool stuff. Just talking about his launch angle, analytics, using data, and again,
That's so cool.
as you can see when you're hitting,
Yep.
you can see instant results.
Yep.
So, yeah,
Very cool.
yeah,
Very cool stuff. And this is available like right here in our community now. And so that's cool stuff. I'm so glad that you came to the community and saw the need, and that there were people here that were ready to like stand up with you and make it
Absolutely.
happen. So, so tell us one more time when those open houses are
we're
for
gonna
people who want to maybe
yes.
come out and get more information.
So this Thursday, after school, 4:30 to 6 o'clock.
Okay.
At 6:30, our high school boys will be practicing.
Yep.
And then next Monday, 4:30 to 6 o'clock.
Awesome.
Come on in and get some information, ask some questions, and then we'll kind of start rolling, getting baseball, softball. We got
cool.
46 girls already.
Wow.
So
cool. Well, I am glad that you guys invited us out to see the facility. It's really cool. And I think it looks like there's even more space for you guys to grow and build some more stuff as you guys see fit and see the need. And so that's amazing. I think that you're going to find that there's going to be a lot of people in the community that want to be a part of this, and I think it's going to grow pretty quickly. So I hope you're ready for that.
I am. I agree.
Good.
I agree.
Good. All right. Well, I'm glad that you guys all joined today. Thank you to Duncan for coming on and for helping me out. One day I'll be as tall as you and probably show him up on the screen. So
yeah, pretty soon.
I hope he's ready for that. But until then, until I'm back at the lab again, don't forget that kindness is free. So spread that stuff wherever you go.
We wanted to bring the atmosphere that we create for a shopping experience at the barn to the streets of Coralville. People love to come to Iowa River Landing for eating, drinking, meeting with their friends, and we want to give them a place to find unique home essentials and experience a one-of-a-kind opportunity to style your home with unique quality goods. R7 Coralville is open daily, so you can shop when you want. R7's hours in Coralville are Monday through Saturday, 10 to 7, and Sunday from noon to 4. You'll find R7 right on the main street of Iowa River Landing with 3 parking ramps and on-street parking nearby to make finding us simple for you. Our small town roots of R7 lean toward hospitality. And right here in Coralville, you're going to find the R7 crew making you feel at home while you shop.